Hi everyone and welcome to this month's discussion time. Today we're going to be talking about why more people don't make their own effects pedals. So this is a journey that I've only just really started out on. I've only made a couple of effects pedals, but it's got me thinking, why don't more people do it? Is there kind of a block around what we think we're capable of, possibly? Or do people start trying to make their effects pedals and they get stuck on maybe something that's a little bit too complicated? So we're going to have a look at the first two effects pedals that I have made and discuss kind of some of the problems that I had along the way. So first of all, there's this refractor. If we just get this opened up, we can see inside that it's actually a really complicated circuit board. You can see there that I've got all sorts of kind of soldering problems that I had at the time because I didn't really know what I was doing. And the circuit board is very complex, far more complex than I could ever kind of design myself or even hope to understand. Now I've done a video looking at this particular pedal and how good the instructions are for it. And their mission was really, as a company, to try and get more people into effects pedals. But it seems to me that it's still very much niche. Not very many people seem to get into it. So after I'd done that first effects pedal, the one that's based on the Klon, it got me thinking that I would like to actually do something kind of from the ground up. And so I looked into the different types of effects that we have and which are the most simple. And the one that most people seem to start out on is a fuzz pedal. Now the fuzz circuit is really simple. In terms of effects pedals, it's about as simple as you can possibly get. And I don't think many people really realise how simple it is and how easy it is to make the fuzz pedal. Now this one that I had a go at, I actually wanted to have a go at doing point-to-point wiring where you're not using a PCB whatsoever, which is actually more complicated and more difficult, and it really tested my kind of newbie level of soldering at the time. And you can see that the soldering is all over the place and it really looks like a bit of a rat's nest. But what's interesting about this is that you can follow the circuit diagram and build the circuit piece by piece, just making sure that everything's in the right place. And what I'm left with here is a fuzz pedal that works. It's a fuzz pedal that's using the new old stock transistors and just a few other components, really. The ones that are what we class as like the onboard components. There's only a few of them, and that's kind of the beauty of it. And I don't think people realise that it's actually that easy to make, and we pay a lot of money for these boutique fuzz pedals, and I just don't really know why, because it really is quite simple to do. So I'm at a bit of a loss, really. I don't really know why there isn't more of a community for DIY guitar pedals. Like, I understand it for the more complicated things like time effects and like big reverbs and that kind of thing. I get that because once you go into like digital world and all that kind of thing, it looks really complicated. But for the simple stuff, for the stuff that they were designing back in like the 60s and 70s, the kind of stuff that you don't need any engineering background really to understand and to have a go at. I don't understand why more people aren't doing that. Why we're paying hundreds and hundreds of pounds to these boutique pedal builders to make a really simple effect. So I'd really like you to pop in the comments your experience of this. Have you had a go at creating your own DIY pedal? Did you start off with a fuzz pedal like this? Did you start off with a kit build where it gives you the instructions piece by piece? Or did you dive straight into something else? If this is something you do quite a lot of, could you let us know in the comments kind of what your experience is and maybe where some of the best places are to get some of the best kits to get into this, because I'm sure there are loads of people out there thinking, I'd love to get into this, but I don't feel like I can. And I've only come across kind of one or two places, and I'll pop those in the description, the ones that I've had experience with. So it would be lovely just to share some of that experience and see if we can get some more of us building our own effects pedals and having a go. Next week I'm going to put together a comparison video between this, my homemade rat's nest of a fuzz face, with an actual fuzz face pedal, so you can see if there are in fact any differences. That will be quite an interesting video, so please look out for that. As ever, please make sure that you're liking and subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone. Remember that I'm giving away a pedal to a lucky winner for every 1,000 subscribers.